G'day everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another live on the channel. More transfer news for Leicester City, and it looks like we are about to make our fifth signing of the summer transfer window as See, I've been practicing this for a while, I've already butchered it. Stephy Mavididi looks set to be joining Leicester City within the next couple of days. Obviously, if you haven't looked, if you don't know, Fabrizio Romano obviously broke the news earlier on today. We heard about his interest a couple of weeks ago, and it obviously looks like Leicester are going out there and looking to get him secured and make him a Leicester player. Obviously, the sale of Harvey Barnes, which still hasn't been officially announced, but all in all, you can tell the way Leicester are going. Sell Barnes and bring in a new winger to look to replace him. So, yeah, we're going to get right into it tonight, discussing stats, everything. Obviously, we did touch on him a few weeks ago. We'll talk about the transfer fee, etc. Also touch upon Leicester's pre-season game tomorrow against Tottenham, which I'm going to be doing a live watch-along for tomorrow. So if you're free, feel free to join us for that one on the channel. I think it's about 11 in the morning, isn't it? So a bit of an early one. But yeah, I think it'd be good to sit down and go and watch the Leicester game live with you boys. But yeah, let's jump into the chat. As always, just before we get into it, go and drop a like, subscribe to the channel. As I always say, get involved in the chat and let me know your thoughts on Stephy Mavididi. So yeah, let's get into the chat. First one in there. Here we go. Titty has gone. Titty. See, shame it never happened, eh? Now I get Perot and Cassetti and Diallo done. Yeah, I don't sure about Diallo. I'm not sure about either of them, or any of them, I should say. There is a bit on Perot though, which we'll discuss later on. Kind of linked to Leicester. Yeah, is Leicester after Dele Alli? I don't think so. I just think that Dele Alli's interested in the move to the Championship. I don't think Leicester have done anything. Joe's on the boat on a Friday night. Don't know why, but fair enough. Evening, Puma, mate, if you're doing all right. I did search up the celery chant, yeah, and it was, yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? A few weeks ago when you did Leicester link to, I think Maresca said it's a done deal. That's true. I remember that, actually, yeah. What's the real LCFC Grey? I know we need wingers, but this guy can't control a ball for his life depends on it. Yeah, to be fair, I did rinse him the other week when we discussed it. But now he's a fantastic player, boys and girls. If you look at his FIFA card, he's got a mad pace, so he's an absolute baller. We still need a right wing because Stanley seems to be leaving Albrighton and can't really start 100%. It is boring, isn't it? Good signing, he'll be good in the Championship. Yeah, I think he will. What's the news on this guy? What's the news on this new guy? Anyway, we might be signing. But yeah, talking of it then, so let's get straight into it. So yeah, this is what Fabrizio Romano came up to say early on today, pretty much out of nowhere. Why do I always go here first time? Right, let's move myself down. But yeah, this is what Fabrizio Romano said early on today, then on Twitter. So as you can see, Leicester hope to get the Stephy Mavididi deal done today. Negotiations very advanced. Personal terms on the verge of being agreed. Clubs in direct contact to make it happen. So yeah, this deal is very advanced. I don't think personal terms are going to be an issue. I've heard he wants to come back to England. He was actually originally born and grew up in Derby, so obviously it's not far away. So yeah, it looks like it looks to be very progressing. Obviously on July the 10th, Fabrizio said the interest in the player, and obviously it looks like Leicester are now going into sign him after the departure of Harvey Barnes, which will probably get announced tomorrow by Newcastle. So yeah, there we go. That is the main transfer thing from Fabrizio Romano. Not a here we go just yet, but you can probably imagine that this deal is quite close to being done. I don't think the transfer won't be as complex as, you know, like a Declan Rice or anything like that with Leicester. So yeah, I would assume this one will get done and announced in the next couple of days. You would hope so, potentially in line with the away kit reveal, which is getting released tomorrow at 3 p.m. I think it is. So we could maybe even see him getting announced tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this deal looks to be done, and just like I said, we are going to have a quick look at him tactically today and what we can expect from him in the Leicester side. So yeah, let's jump back into the chat. What position do you think we'll get in the league? Don't say first. Yeah, I would. You know, if Leicester keep up this, you know, momentum with the signings we're making and what we're doing transfer-wise and how we're looking so far in pre-season, I think we'll get a good indication of where we're at tomorrow against Tottenham. But if we can keep going the way we are, there's no reason for Leicester to not finish within the automatic. So, you know what? I'm going to say first, all right? Because we should, realistically. The team's, I don't want to sound, big-headed, but the team is far better than most teams in this league by an absolute mile. Lovely chant that is, son. Mavididi is the GOAT for my team, fair enough. I actually prefer Tete. Oh, take your pick. You got Tete, Gazelle, Under. We like Lookman over here. He was good, but the rest of them are pretty pony. So this guy ain't got much to live up for, really, has he? Can't wait for Coventry first game, 100%. It's going to be a good one. Just about 2 weeks away now, isn't it? Got a call Harvey Barnes from Wish today. It's not a mess. I'll take that. 100% profit on Barnes. Yeah. And I said that last night. If you look at the Barnes deal, I think it would get rid of most of our financial fair play issues, because just as you say, it's 100% profit. Because obviously, he came through the academy, didn't he? So it's very good. He is good on FIFA. I have heard that. We're finishing first, 100%. First, we should 100% with the players. Like, yeah, exactly that. And I think, just like I've been saying, there's still a long way to go. There's still about 5 weeks to go of the transfer window, so there's still a lot to happen. But just like I said, I can't see Leicester slowing down too much, because if you look at the amount of money we've brought in through the sales of Maddison and Barnes, there's going to be a few going as well. Like, apparently one of Ian Atcher and Daka is going to go. I've heard. The source ain't great, but yeah, that's what I've seen today. And I imagine there'll be a few going, like Castagna and whatnot. So I think there's still going to be a lot to go. The thing is, with Daka and Vardy, they both need service up top. Daka is up top on his own, often plays bad. Yeah, the thing with Daka, if Daka gets a chance, he usually takes it. He's quite clinical. But apart from that, if he doesn't get the ball to him, he's pretty useless. And I think Vardy's similar, but he's slightly more effective. But then again, you've looked in the pre-season games, and despite Leicester trying to play this passive style, the strikers, and especially Vardy, have still seemed to get quite a lot of chances. Granted, it was against Northampton and Luton and Peterborough and whatnot, but even so, I think he's still getting quite a few chances, and he doesn't look too isolated. Can you imagine Johnny? I think Johnny will return when the season returns. I think Castagna staying then. Yeah, that's true, but I think with like Barnes and whatnot, he is pretty obvious he is going. Castagna not so much. So I think Castagna can definitely be within the plans, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did leave. Leicester are going to destroy the Championship. That is the plan. We're crap on a day. I want the club, my club back after being relegated on extremely high expectations to disappear as the fans asked for too much. Fair enough. Reckon he will stay? Potentially. That's the thing though. If you look at these players like Castagna and Didi and whatnot, there's no real concrete links to any of them, and there's not even a mention. Castagna was linked to Juventus for a while, but nothing's really came from it. So we will have to wait and see. So but yeah, back onto our new signing then of Stephy Mavididi. Let's have a quick look at the transfer fee being discussed, and this one is very positive. I think it's very low. This is from the French outlet Liquid, if it comes up. So yeah, obviously this is in French, but €6 million, so that's about £5 million, which is very good business, I think. I won't sit and lie. I haven't watched the player in much detail, but he looks half decent for £5 million. I don't think it's that bad, really, is it? And obviously, the Barnes deal's gone for about for 38 million. That's a very small percentage of that, and there's still a long way to invest that Barnes money into further signings. So for five or so million, I don't know how legit this is, but for £5 or so million, I think it's decent business. To be fair, I don't think his wages will be too high. He's 25. I don't even have said if he plays on the wing. So. Yeah, I think obviously it's a player which Leicester need. It's a position which we have to strengthen in. So, we are in the Championship, and if we were in the Premier League, I wouldn't be that impressed with this signing. But then again, we need to kind of match. All right, I think we have to lower the expectations down a bit. But the signings of Winks and Cody for me are still Premier League still Prem signings. So I think the expectations are still quite high, and we're still making very high quality signings. So And yeah, obviously the 5 signings, if you include this guy so far, 4 of them have been on the permanent. So we could definitely see a few more loans come in, such as Callum Doyle, later on in the window as well. So long way to go. But yeah, let's jump into the chat. Where were we? Yeah, here we go then. He's terrible. If you're on about, sign Cody. Who are they? Cody, oh, not Cody. Cody Drama. I don't know who they are, to be fair, bro. I hope he goes and we might get 5 to 10 million. I think if we're talking about, I don't know, I've lost you guys. I think we're talking about Diddy, aren't we, there? Hopefully, maybe. I actually don't know why Mazwan Hise doesn't get more talked about. Every time I see him in the under-21s, he's a pretty good winger. Way more interesting than the Marseille guy. Yeah, I think we could definitely see that them get involved. I believe Mazwan Hise scored for the under-21s pre-season game the other night against Leamington Spa. What a team! Maybe one more sense back towards it. Yeah. I'd say so. Especially if we lose lots of fast. But then again, you've got players like Vestergaard who now seem to be quite involved. So we could definitely see a bit of Yannick next year. And this is quite unpopular, but I would give him a chance. Honestly, would. Obviously, he wasn't great for us, but he is quite good on the ball. So there's still a player in there, right? I'm feeling it. Big Yannick. I can't. Bertrand, no, but Yannick, I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like there's something in there. We haven't been in the championship for a decade or so it won't be a piece. Yeah, we'll struggle to top 6 finish. Yeah, it could go one or two ways really. We'll either piss the league or kind of struggle a bit. But we should. The bare minimum is playoffs. If we don't get playoffs, it's a dramatic failure. Because yes, we've got Enzo who hasn't managed much before, which is a risk. But the players we have should still be pushing for playoffs as a bare minimum. And obviously, the Championship is very different to the Premier League. It's more competitive. It's difficult. But if you just look at the quality of players we have, it's drastically. It's miles clear of some of the teams. And I don't want to sound disrespectful, but it's true. It really is. Can you see the lots of Plymouth signing Connor Cody and Harry Winks? No. So, you know what I mean? He reminds me of Lookman. If you can do anything like Lookman, I think he'll be all right. I think he is a right winger, I believe. I can assume he can play both. I'd be surprised if we saw him dominate the league on first attempt. True, but Burnley did it last year. But obviously, they were in the Championship a bit more recently than us. But it can be done. We are going to get onto some lineups later, but yeah, let's go for it now then. Hamilton and goal, right back. Pereira can also move into midfield. Centre backs, yeah, tough to really say. You could obviously have Doyle at left back as well. Gone with Chowdhury, which is interesting. Winks, Dewsbury, Diallo, Vardy, Sashi, Sashtaka, and Pereira, bloody hell. Yeah, I personally think that Dennis Pratt will have a big part to play next year. I think he will stay. I don't know if he'll come. I think he may want to go to Premier League, but we'll have to see. Our squad is absolutely light years other Championship. Yeah, yeah. On paper we should, but obviously it's a bit different than that. I hope Hamza Breck's tackles matters against Tottenham tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. It's a different thing. We are doing similar to Burnley rebuild, indeed. Yeah, and that's the thing. It can go one or two ways. Teams who have gone down in the past, like let's just say Stoke, for an example, they spent loads of money in their first season back and didn't do so well. But I just think the players we are bringing in it's a perfect mix so far, and hopefully it can continue in that fashion. Need a right back or two. Castagna is leaving. Yeah, we do because we can't rely on Ricardo and Justin either because let's face it, one of them's going to get injured. It's going to happen. I don't know about Connor Cody's injury either because I haven't seen him actually on the travel pictures. So I don't know what's going on with him. Anyway, but yeah, back onto Stephy Mavididi. Then we'll keep flicking in and out. We'll talk about the new signing and then back into general Leicester stuff. So yeah, this is on the transfer market. We're going to delve into some more stats in a minute. So as you can see from here, his main position's on the left. He can play as a striker as well. He could probably play on the right as well. He is right-footed, so obviously he can cut in off the left on his right foot, which could provide some good balance for us. We have I think one year Marcel Mad what's his name? I get mixed up now. The young Don has been playing for some pre-seasons, been obviously playing on the left, and he's coming in. He's been coming in a bit off the left on his right foot, so we could see a bit of that as well. Just like I said, he was born in the mighty Derby. What a place! And obviously, as you can see, his current market value is about that, so it's about right with the transfer fee being reported. So he was involved in the Juventus academy, was also at Arsenal, and as you can see, he's been heavily involved in the English youth system. So he has a small taste of English football, but obviously that's only at the youth level. So yeah, we are going to move on to another one, which I've got another thing which is quite interesting, where they're saying he's a similar player to Harvey Barnes, which is interesting. So let me go and bring that up. So yeah, if you look at this, the similar players to Stephy Mavididi. If you obviously some of these, I don't know who these are, but you got Barnes and Bowen down there, which is quite interesting. Obviously, this is just based on his stats. Ignore the Expedia adverts. Let's try and get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, if you look at his percentiles here, then so as you can see, he takes quite a lot of shots. Non-penalty goals are quite nice as well. Successful take-ons are very high, which is what we want to see, really. We want wingers running at people. If you look back to the days of Riyad Mahrez, I'm not saying this guy's going to be as good as Mahrez. I don't think go to Malta, but I'm not saying this guy's as good as Mahrez. But yeah, I think his take-ons is quite good. He's very pacey as well. So that could obviously offer a threat. And that's the thing. If Leicester play this style where we're breaking through the first line of a defence against the opposition, we could really use his pace to exploit that. And with players like Winks in there who can obviously pick out a good pass, it could be a real chance for Leicester. And defensively is pretty solid as well, which I think Enzo will obviously like. So yeah, all in all, I think statistically on this is very good, but obviously you can't base the player off these stats. And I know I said before the other week when I said he was rubbish, but now he's joining us, he's not. Okay, that's how it works. Lovely stuff. So yeah, let's jump back into the chat. Where are we? Chat's popping off tonight. We have to see it. He is indeed. Yeah, but our squad is still stronger, so if Enzo gets the team right, would be fun. I agree. Perot won't come when the Premier League. I have seen that Leeds are interested there, and I think the thing with Joe Perot is that his price is going to be quite high, and Leeds have a lot of money to spend because they've got new ownership, and I don't think they haven't really saying it. So yeah, we'll have to see. Is it on Sunday? Is it? Oh, it is, isn't it? I'm an idiot. Right, yeah. I thought it was tomorrow. Fair enough. Thanks for letting me know. I wondered. I don't know. They're both on Sunday. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. But anyway, thanks for letting me know, because I was going to set up a stream tonight for tomorrow. So yeah, not bad. But yeah, I was going to discuss that game tonight, but we can do that tomorrow. I think Charger will do really well this season under Maresca, potentially so. I'd sell Samara and Daka, to be honest. I'd sell Samara, yeah. I don't rate him at all. But yeah, to be fair, I agree. I'd rather keep Ian Atcher than Daka, personally. Yeah, I don't think Daka will want to do that. Let's allow the pronunciations, all right? I've just about figured this one out. I just call him Marcel. Yeah, it's easier. I just got mixed up with the other guy. Greenwood on loan, all right. I don't think that's going to happen. Even the Blue Fox, how are we doing? 6 million. Yeah, I think it's good business, really. Obviously, we don't know too much about the player because he's not that proven. But yeah, I think he looks to be quite solid. It should set the championship on fire, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say, really, because he's obviously been playing in Ligue 1 with Montpellier, and sometimes French players come in and do well, sometimes they don't. So I think it's hard to really judge it on how good this guy is going to be. We should lots of change, yeah, but I don't think he'll come. But yeah, if we could, it'd be a fantastic signing. But obviously, he's quite injury prone there. Vardy in Thailand today, he was the GOAT. Let's be honest, I predict 2 goals from torn ACL. Fair enough. Marcel, stats last season were terrible. Not Marcel. Yeah, the new guy. But maybe you can turn him into the Mahrez. Yeah, I think stats can show one picture, but then again, you don't know the situation at Montpellier. I don't know it myself either, but you know, there can be a number of factors in there. And if you look at Winks last year, as well, he didn't do that well for Sampdoria on paper, but you know, he could book. I thought, yeah, I don't know why. I swear one of them was on Saturday, but I believe both of them were on Sunday. So yeah, Tottenham's on Sunday at 11, Liverpool Sunday 10:30. So. I don't know why. I could have sworn that there's one game on the Saturday, but there we go. Nacho only has 1 year left. Cash out and then go for free. Does he? I didn't realise that. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I think out of Daka and Iheanacho, it will be Iheanacho who probably would go, because I think Iheanacho's probably rated a bit more. And probably does deserve a move, to be fair. He's been at Leicester for a long time, hasn't he? So yeah, Huddersfield tickets have sold out indeed, which is annoying because I haven't managed to get one. But I am going Burton, which is going to be an interesting away day, let's say the least. But yeah, let's have a look at some more stats then. Let's get the XG out, boys and girls, because why not? I was trying to get some pictures of him like in game, but there was nothing. So we are a bit struggling. But let's have a quick look then at the main man, Stephy still can't say his name properly. Mavididi. It's all right. I don't know why I can't do it. So yeah, last season, 26 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. But saying that, quite a few of them appearances were off the bench. So obviously the minutes, as you can see there, obviously not a full 26 games, full 90 minutes. So you have to take them things into account as well. His per 90 stats then, 0.28, which obviously isn't fantastic. And yeah, the stats don't make for fantastic reading, but just like I said, there is a number of factors as well. So yeah, 49 minutes per appearance, and so if you base it upon that, it's what 13 games in total ish. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. And where did they finish last year? I don't know if it will say on this or not. I'm not too sure. If you look at his stats, apart from goal scoring, he take, just like I say, he likes to take several shots a game. He's quite direct, which I want to see. I think we still need that balance of the passing ability, but also to be quite direct and run at championship defences. And that's what Leicester, and that's what we need to do this year. There's no point being too one-dimensional in the way we play, because it's good trying to play this passing style all the time, but now and again you need someone to run at people, stretch the defence, and try and take a few people on. And I think with Stephy Mavididi coming in, it can offer us a different chance going forward as well. And as you can see, his dribbles quite decent as well. Successful dribbles about half. So yeah, he seems to be doing quite well in that department. Defensively, his ground draws are fairly high. Obviously, he ain't going to be doing much defensively, is he? So yeah, that's about it for his stats. So there we go, boys and girls. We'll have to see what his wages and whatnot, but I don't think it will be too much for Stephy Mavididi. There we go. So he got his name right there. So yeah, I won't go on about him for too long because I know it gets boring with all the stats. So yeah, let's get him back into the chat. Maybe, you never know. Cheeky announcement on the SPORTSA stream. SPORTSA could be announcing it as well. You never know. I think we need an attacking at number 8. Chair from QPR would do. Yeah, I just think wingers right now just have to be the main priority for me. You know, you said the number 8, but obviously we've got players like Winks and Pratt in there. If obviously Pratt stays, but personally, I think Dennis Pratt could do quite well under Enzo. It's probably an unpopular opinion, but I just think that Dennis Pratt could really thrive. I really do, and I hope he does stay for at least one more year. Obviously, he's been at Leicester for a while, but he's never really had a consistent run. Lovely photo, profile picture, son. I don't really know about him either, to be fair. Such an Enzo signing. I don't know who that is, to be fair, bro. Number 7 is clear. I have to see. And this is the thing, though. Obviously, if Stephy Mavididi comes in, you know, let's say tomorrow, is he going to be able to play in the games in Thailand? I don't know. because it's a bit far in it to just. It's not like you can pop over from France for the day. It's it's a massive flight. So I don't know. That's the thing. He could be there already, but if he can't go, he ain't gonna be able to play a game until the first game. So it's a bit of a risky one, and that's why I think if we can get him out there just to play a few games, more training, because the squad's out there for just over 2 weeks, a week and a bit. So it's a bit of a sticky one. Obviously the pre-season thing in Thailand's a joke anyway, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Now we need a right back, Cam, Chair Kearney. Oh, I forgot about Tom Kearney links as well. There is talk about the Middlesbrough fullback, that Giles guy, I think, is going to go Everton probably. To be fair, I would rather Perot go to Everton, because that would obviously mean that Ian Atcher won't go there, because there is small links around him to Everton. Should be a good one indeed. We're all going Coventry. Lovely stuff, boys. Nice to see you signing permanent players from the other. Yeah, I think it's that fine balance, because obviously the Callum Doyle deal would have also been beautiful if we got him on a permanent. But then again, if you can't, there's no point trying to mess around and take ages just trying to do it on the permanent. Just get him in alone and see how he does. Hello, Ethan, mate. Welcome to the stream. Anything confirmed? Not officially, but it looks like Stephy Mavididi is going to be coming in. Will be completed tonight and as tomorrow. That'll probably be the case in the away kit. I think that'll happen so quickly. Yeah, but then again, it's obviously Leicester's not in the Premier League now, so there isn't as much media attention. So we could see obviously the signings could and the deals could just go on a bit more about the behind the scenes. Sorry. That's the thing. My ball knowledge outside of the Premier League is shocking. But my ball knowledge in the Premier League is very good. But honestly, I don't know any of these guys. And you guys are probably FIFA merchants. You probably know all of these random geezers. I don't have a Scooby, mate. We need 2 more wingers, and to let go 1 or 2 centre backs. Big Yannick. Oh, poor Yannick. Would it be amazing to see Mazwan Hisse or Marcel get some play time this? Yeah, I think they definitely will, because even if we sign another winger, we can't rely on 2 wingers for the whole season. So yeah, I think they'll definitely be involved. Albrighton is backup as well. I think if Leicester can get 1 more winger in, potentially on a loan, if they struggle to do it on a permanent, I still think that would be decent business as well, really. Vestergaard is looking decent in pre-season. I'm not being sarcastic and saying he's going to do really well, but yeah, yes, it is Northampton. But this is the thing: if we are going to be playing this passive style and not having to defend, he is a defender, but I think he could do quite well. I saw Wolves looking like kit will be the away kit in it. Is it? I don't know actually. I think the away kit's the one with the sleeve going across it, but we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. I think it's 3 o'clock. I think it is, or something like that. So we'll have to see. Apparently Thomas is in it. I did see that. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. But then again, is he going to want to stay if he's not guaranteed game time? Obviously, he hasn't. At this point, he's probably not even met Enzo yet. So we'll have to see Luke Thomas's plans. But I believe he'll probably be back in training next week. Then again, the team is obviously out there in Asia, so I can't really see him just flying out there for some training when he's played in the England Youth Euros. I don't know what I'm going to go. Just damn. Alvarez and Braybook bench plays next season. Yeah, there are 2 others to think about. Obviously, they're both injured right now, but I believe they are. I think they're back October time. Big up to Ant in the chat. He knows ball. Along with Wanya and the other guy. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, to be fair, I did sign Tillemans in FIFA 16, so take that. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really know. Did you? Lovely stuff. Were you the guy right at the end of the game then? I think you were behind me a few rows or something. I think I remember. Has Chuba Akpom gone to any team already? No, I believe he's still Middlesbrough, isn't it? Why does the goalkeeper kick have FPS and the other kicks? Does it? I didn't realise that, but I don't know. But I assume most of them will be King Power. But yeah, Sel Thomas, I don't think he can play centre back or inverted role. Yeah, potentially. But then again, I think Thomas has shown flashes in the past, and he's very much a confidence player. So, if Enzo can get the best about him, I know this is if buts and maybes, but he could still be an option. But then again, you got players like Victor Christensen as well, who's been involved at times. And I think the way it's going is that one of the fullbacks is going to play that inverted role, and then the other one's going to shuffle it into that back three. But then again, if you look at Christensen and Thomas, I don't think they fit the back three in a third centre back role as good as someone I don't know, it's tough as someone good as like Callum Doyle. But then again, I think if you look at the Northampton game, Doyle I don't think he looked too great in that left back role. So it's tough to really work out the way Enzo's going to really sort it out, because it's tough for even us to try and work out really. But it's good to have them options, and then again, first game of the season, we may come out with a complete random team. So who knows what's going to happen come Coventry in the first game. But then again, it's all about the players being versatile and being being adaptive to different areas, and that's what Enzo said quite a few times. He wants players to play in multiple different positions, and obviously we class the likes of Thomas and Christensen as left backs, but then again, they could have attributes to play somewhere else we just haven't seen there before. So I think Enzo is going to keep experimenting in games and in training as well, and we'll see what he does. And it's quite exciting really, because it's the first time where we don't really have a set side for the season ahead of us. It could be absolutely anybody to start, especially defensively, and in that first game, because just like I said, we have so many options, and they are all of a pretty good standard. It was lovely stuff. I love you. It's nice, isn't it? It is good, but apart from this bit, it's a mess. Just got back from holiday, so there's clothes everywhere. Thomas and Christensen at left wing back, Justin as right wing back, Ricardo as centre mid, Castagne sold. Yeah, I think Ricky and Justin are the two who could probably play best in that inverted role. But I don't know, could you maybe push Christensen as a left winger? I don't know, it's a bit of a stretch, but I don't know. He does like to bomb on quite a bit, but then you have to look at his output. I think he can play in multiple positions, and I think Justin could probably do a decent job in that third centre back role as well, potentially. So there is some more balance there. Justin doesn't have championship experience. He got promoted with Luton to the championship, then he left Leicester. Yeah, but if you talk about championship experience, there's not too many players in the squad who do really. I feel Christensen will fit perfectly in Enzo's play style. He's really good in transitioning into the attack for what I've seen. Yeah, 100%. And I think the way Leicester are going to be playing as well, the fullbacks and attacking players are going to be given guidance to really push on. But then again, you do need players who are quite capable on the ball and off the ball as well, because I think at times Leicester are going to play some quite risky stuff, and we could concede a few goals from mistakes trying to play out from the back, especially in the first 3 games of the season. But I think the thing is with Enzo, we have to stay patient, and just like he keeps saying in his press conferences, just that constant progress of building up and trying to get better, and working with this new system which he's trying to implement within the club. So but I think based on pre-season, it's working quite well, and obviously on Sunday we'll have a better look at how that goes against the team, obviously playing at a lot higher standard than the likes of Northampton and Luton and Peterborough, etc. So yeah, but need cover for Ricardo and Justin as injury prone, 100%, and that's the thing. And it's all good having Ricardo as that new inverted player, but if he gets injured, we need someone to come in and kind of fill that role in, and that's a difficult role to. It's a difficult role to kind of replace, because it's so different, and that's why I think the likes of Justin, Christensen, whoever could be in there as well, trying to play that role. But yeah, all in all, it's very difficult to kind of predict how it's going to go. We need to know. Yeah, we do. I think one of Ward and Iverson will leave, which will obviously free up a number. Obviously, Ward is currently the number 1, so can't see him staying as that for too long. Mavididi number 10 will be glorious. Yeah, the number 10 shirt is obviously free. The number 7 is free as well, but I think Marcel might have took that. He's a new Saka, easy stuff. The new Pepe, he's the new Tete, mate. Number 10 is striker. Number 10 for Chair, but he ain't going to come, is he? But yeah, let's just wrap things up then with a bit of transfer news around Iheanacho and Daka. This is the source. I don't know about this because this source got the Stephy Mavididi deal correct. So I don't know what to make about it. And they said that before Fabrizio. So yeah, this is what they had to say then. So yeah, Leicester City will look for a new striker, but not until they have sold either Kelechi Iheanacho or Patson Daka. With Stephy Mavididi, such a bad name, being a replacement for Harvey Barnes as winger. Joe Perot was a name on their list, but it seems too expensive. We were looking like Leeds United will sign him. So yeah, interesting. Obviously, don't take this too seriously, but it is interesting. And Pro to Leeds would be a bit disheartening, I would say, because obviously they're a fellow Championship side. But yeah, it looks like Leicester will potentially be saying we'll be selling one of Iheanacho or Daka, and then getting a new striker in, which who knows who that may be. But yeah, I think it's that constant process of selling someone, bringing someone in, and just keep reinvesting that money as we go along, as we have seen with big Stephy Mavididi. So there we go. Still can't say his name properly, but hey, it won't hopefully get a bit better, won't it? But yeah, let's get back into chat just before we wrap things up tonight. I think it's yeah, I think with stats it tells us a little picture. We have to see how he goes. Yeah, granted the stats aren't great, and if you watch the stream a few weeks ago, his weaknesses were pretty much everything, and his strengths were not much. So yeah, we'll have to see. He was injured after season 2, which fits perfectly into the Leicester system. Hopefully does good. Iheanacho has to go. Nah, Kelechi needs to stay, bro. He's the man. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on outgoings. But yeah, just like I keep saying, there's still going to be a lot to go on. As soon as we get the deal for Stephy Mavididi done, I think we'll find out our next target, which could be a striker, it could be a number 10, it could be another midfielder. You know, there's still movement around the likes of Dennis Pratt. I think we are still quite light in midfield as well, especially with the likes of Samare being obviously linked to a slightly. So yeah, you got your Air Jordans going on. Big Kel 100 goals next season, light work. I keep Iheanacho for the Championship, but he's going to go. Yeah, he will. Does anyone else just feel Iheanacho is a bit shy in every aspect and doesn't get stuck in most of the time? I don't know. The thing with Iheanacho is some people rate him very highly and some people don't. I'm just in the middle. But I just think the guy just scores goals, and I don't. Yeah, it's some games just doesn't seem to be too effective, but then he just pops it with a goal, and that's what you need really. And I think sometimes when Kelechi's on it, he's a fantastic player, and he can do a lot more than just put the ball in the back of the net as well. And that's the thing. We could even play Kelechi in the 10 role where, you know, people keep banging on about Ilias Chair from QPR, but Iheanacho, you know, at times looks better in that more deeper role in the false 9, 10, whatever you want to call it. So you know, he could even be involved there with Daka up top, with Vardy up top, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think with Iheanacho and Daka, whoever isn't guaranteed consistent game time, they'll leave. I think that will happen. So because I think both of them are more than capable of playing in a high standard than the Championship, to be fair. Yeah, Kelly isn't like amazing at anything, but he's just, I think his hold-up play is pretty high, but of a high standard. But yeah, he's a bit of an interesting player, isn't he? Actually, for us fake news, you think, yeah, only on it 30% of the time. I don't know. If you look at last year, you look at Vardy, I don't think you can. You know what I mean? I just think Iheanacho at times he can be quite isolated, and then especially if Iheanacho plays as that lone striker, he can come very deep and then have no one in behind. So if Iheanacho wants to start on a consistent basis, he should play in a 2 or just in behind the striker. That is the way I would look at it. And personally, I would want to see Ian actually play in the 10, because is there much point spending another 50 million on someone new when you got someone there who's he could do a decent job? So I don't know. Ian actually is an interesting one, but I think he's more than capable of playing in the Premier League. I really like Kelechi, but he's not the type of player to get a match unstuck when things aren't going well. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing. But I think under Enzo, he just wants the consistent team, and I think especially in this division, it's all good to play fantastically well, but if Leicester just stay consistently and perform, 7, 8 out of 10 on a week in, week out basis, I think we will do very well, and that's what we need, and especially with the tactics and the play which Enzo is going for. It's all about dominating the game, and 9 times out of 10 you usually win the game if you dominate it. And obviously we may get unstuck the odd game for a mistake or a goal from a corner or a set piece or something like that, but if Leicester do play this style of dominating, the chances that we win the game is much higher than if not. And obviously it's all good having possession, but it's about being effective with it. And to be fair, in pre-season so far, I think Leicester have been very effective with the ball. So, and if Leicester can get a few goals in games, we can be 2-0 up by half time and then just control it. And I think the management of games is going to be key next year as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think signings wise, it's all good, especially with Mavididi coming in. He could be he could be that difference maker, I think. But it's just a case of how he adapts and if he starts the first game against Coventry or not. And the first couple of games, it could be a bit shaky. But the main thing is, as a fan base, you have to keep sticking with Enzo and his plans, because I think it's very much a process. If you look at Arteta, obviously I hope it gets going a bit quicker than what he did. But I think this appointment is very much a process, and we have to give it a bit of time. But then again, we do need to hit the ground running, and if we can get that winning mentality going, it's still points in the right direction to get him promoted. And just like I said, the games against Tottenham and Liverpool are going to be interesting to see where Leicester are at. I think the points he made are very valid, especially this one at times. I think his pressing isn't great, and if you look at the way that Enzo is playing with Leicester right now, the pressing is a big feature of our game. Exactly, mate. Big Wilfred Diddy plays. He I think he's making the Kevin De Bruyne runs. What a baller! Mate, he may get a few goals. And Diddy will be playing striker anyway, so Kelechi. Exactly, mate. Big Wilfred and Diddy. See, Rogers is pathetic. Fair enough. Jerry pulling to the flipping Marina. What a rich don. Pulling into the Southampton Marina. I don't think you'll mind me saying that, will you? So yeah, there we go. Big Jerry. What a don. But yeah, let's have a quick look on Twitter just to see if there is anything being announced, confirmed, etc. Still awaiting the official announcement of Harvey Barnes to obviously Newcastle. We have obviously had the press conference today in Thailand, but it's pretty much the same old about Harry Winks. So I'm happy to be here. Enzo keeps going on about his constant building process. So yeah, there's nothing really new, and I don't think there was any questions asked about Cody. So I believe he will be all right. Maya the Silver Fox, what a lad in Ibiza. I don't know. I've wondered that. Someone, I did see that actually. But big up to big mine out there. What a lad. Wayne Lillick and Maya the Silver Fox. What a link up. I didn't see that coming, but there we go, boys and girls. Leicester are massive everywhere we go. I'm going Rome, lovely stuff. Yeah, I did see that actually. It's quite funny, but I think based upon that, it's literally, I think Kuntop's just decided to buy the best player in Thailand, just send him to Leuven just for some money or some publicity or something. It's a bit of a random thing, isn't it? But you never know. Safanat Muanta could be an absolute baller in about 10 years. But yeah, I don't really think he's going to be anywhere near Leicester in the near future if Enzo doesn't even know who the guy is. And obviously there was no official announcement from Leicester either. It's just kind of spawned in at Leuven. So it's a bit of a random one, but yeah. Has he? Boo. Should have come to us, and that's the thing. I think I need to keep a track of how they're doing, because to be fair, they ain't even that bad of a side, are they? I think they're in the first division in Belgium, which obviously ain't hard, but yeah, I think are they? Yeah, they are. So yeah, don't know. To be fair, they'll probably be better than us in a few years anyway, right? So we might have to go and support them instead and make a Leuven fan channel. There we go. So there we go. But yeah, I think that's where we are going to wrap it up, boys and girls. I was going to do a stream tomorrow morning, but I thought the game was tomorrow, but it's not. So we will do it on Sunday morning instead. So yeah, if you are free Sunday morning, I'm going to be doing a live watch along for the Tottenham game in pre-season. So feel free to join us for that, and I'll probably do the same the week after for the game against Liverpool as well in the pre-season tour. So that is the plan. Hopefully we can get the official announcement tomorrow, and then I'll go live for that one as well, and we'll also react to the away kit. So I'll go live again tomorrow, 8:30 as always. A few videos on the way as well. Still got to edit the kit video as well. So that is on the horizon. Sure you boys will be very interested in seeing the new kit, even though it's been out for about a month. But yeah, I can't speak tonight. Liverpool signed Ward. Back and playing in midfield, good replacement for Henderson. Fair enough. Brendan Rodgers feels embarrassed. Forget about Brendan. Maresca's miles clear. He's taller as well. Etifaki. That's of course. It's right, son. I'm going Al Hilal, Josh. Don't want to sign me. Fair enough, mate. I think you're fitting perfectly. What? I know I saw that. It's jokes in it, but Steven Gerrard. I can't believe it. See, he was leaving linked to us at times. Imagine if we had him. Would have been horrible, but we've got Enzo. Enzo Exceptional Maresca. What a baller. Mahaba El Adifaki, Steven Gerrard. Such a random video, weren't it? And I just said that, and I don't even know what it even means. So let's hope it's all good. Gerrard called Leicester. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Actually, I saw that video. Yeah, to be fair, the Scott Parker and Gerrard links. It feels like a long time ago, but to be fair, it looked narrowed on that Leicester were going to get Scott Parker at one point, weren't it? So thank the Lord we're sat here with big Enzo Maresca, because I think our chats right now would have been a lot different if Scott Parker was at the wheel at Leicester. So let's hope the Enzo appointment works out nicely. Is Scott Parker even joined anyone? I don't think he has he? So he's still waiting for a job after his disaster class at Club Brugge. Parker would have been a good championship manager, but terrible in the Premier League. Yeah, I think the thing with him, I think he probably would have got us promoted just about. But then again, if you get promoted, and then you always get sacked about a few games in. So, but I think under Enzo, if Leicester do get promoted this year, there is that future there to keep building, and this is the start of a new era. And if it does go right, I can see Enzo being the boss of Leicester for several years. Obviously, if Enzo doesn't get linked to him move away, which he could well do. So, but let's hope it can work out, and let's hope it doesn't go just like it happened at Parma, where he got sacked after about 15 games. So, yeah, this one could really go one or two ways. But PSG, the Championship, we know what we are, mate. Indeed, we are. Absolutely gargantuan footballing establishment. Yeah, that's true. And Enzo just the man, isn't he? What a body. There we are. Mate, Leicester are massive, mate. Absolutely massive. Who cares about the Prem? We are pissing the league, okay? But let's hope we do. But yeah, 2 weeks until the first game. So yeah, it's going to come around quite quickly. You think we'll ever get done for FFP? Don't think so, no, because we're just too concerned about it. And I think the actual Premier League financial fair play last year wasn't actually our concern. It was flipping Europe, because we were so fixated on the fact that, oh yes, we'll get Europe again, got flipping relegated. So yeah, I think Leicester over worry about FFP, which is probably a good thing in the future, because it would be a nightmare situation if we got a transfer ban or anything like that. But yeah, I think all in all, Top's doing a good job, and hopefully we can keep bringing in some good players of a high caliber. But yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up the stream, boys and girls. Thank you for coming in, much appreciated as always. Make sure to go and drop a like if you have enjoyed tonight's stream. If you watch this back on playback, make sure to let me know your thoughts on Stephy oh my gosh. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on Stephy Mavididi in the comments. It's going to be a nightmare to say his name in it, but here we are. But yeah, boys and girls, if you've got any video suggestions as well, just before the season starts, feel free to let me know in the chat, and I'll probably see you boys tomorrow night, where we're going to be reacting to the new away kit, where we know what it is already, but yeah, it is a stream to do, and maybe we'll have the official announcements of Barnes and Mavididi done as well. So yeah, good stuff on the horizon, and fingers crossed we can get the next player linked with us in the next couple of days as well. But yeah, cheers boys for coming in, much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one.